Man, I can't believe a lot of y'all even like listen to Steve Harvey relationship goals, man. I do not care for Steve Harvey, man. Like for real, I really do not care for that dude, man. Like I said, I've never been a fan of Steve Harvey. You know, the way he played, everybody he deserved whatever he get, man. That's my opinion. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this situation. Is Steve Harvey and his wife gonna get a divorce? I believe so, but y'all let me know how y'all feel. What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Stank815, and I'm back with another video. Y'all new to the channel, man. Make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, share, comment, turn on the notification, y'all. It's free. Turn on the notification. Watch the videos, man. Watch the videos. Smash like button. Smash that like button. Let's get into the Steve Harvey, man. Y'all know. The ones that follow me know I don't really rock with Steve Harvey, but he got something to say, so we gonna listen. People at my church, you can't get another divorce. Oh yeah, I can. Oh yeah, I can. Go around there. They got lawyers out here. I can get another one. It looks like Steve Harvey is absolutely fed up with concealing his wife's sordid affairs, and the famous comedian is seriously thinking about ending his marriage. Watching his wife playing him dirty and dragging his honest name through the mud, and he spilled the whole truth on the decades of deception and manipulation that he seemingly turned a blind eye to, all because of Marjorie. And while it's clear that the tension in this family was brewing for a long time, the main question now, will he show Marjorie mercy or finally give her the boot? And most tantalizing of all, if Steve ever dares to file for divorce, will Marjorie take the half of his millions? Well, buckle up, guys. This gossip train's about to leave the station, and you won't want to miss a single scandalous detail that Steve has to say. But when you're in a bad one, man, you're just in a bad one. There ain't nothing you can do about that. You can stay in it if you want to. So, it's been a bit more than a few months after the headlines exploded with shocking details of Marjorie's steamy romance with the family bodyguard William Freeman, aka Big Boom. At first, it was nothing else but whispers, and even Steve Harvey addressed the rumors, making it clear that Marjorie was nothing less but a faithful Wi-Fi all these years. However, even Steve's clarifications didn't stop the gossip train from taking its full speed, and to people's shock, it turned out that Mrs. Harvey has been finding peace and pleasure in those muscled arms of the bodyguard for years, and Steve himself was allowing that. The delicious twist about Steve's full awareness of his wife's extramarital shenanigans was served up in early September. Steve's co-host, Shirley Strawberry, accidentally spilled the piping hot tea during a phone call with her incarcerated hubby, revealing how Steve is tiptoeing around his wife. If she was there, we probably wouldn't have been all over the house. You know, he's scared. I knew I wasn't supposed to be in there, but he brought us in. The two lovebirds chatted about a colleague's forbidden romance, and it was oh so obvious that Steve was mighty nervous about the topic, and never in his life he wanted to upset Marjorie. Stop paying for.
I haven't seen her, but she looks good on her pictures.
Oh, she ain't there?
No, she's not there. If she was there, we probably wouldn't have been all over the house.
Shirley's revelation set the gossip mill on fire, and there appeared new juicy details that Steve might be under the powerful sway of Marjorie. She's got Steve's heart in the palm of her hand, and it's clear he's willing to bend over backward for his beloved wife. Steve once sweetly crooned to Marjorie that he'd bring the whole world to her feet if necessary.
I told Marjorie when we first got married, I said, babe, listen to me. I'll do anything for you. I'll give you the world.
And boy, has he lived up to that promise. But the real nail-biter here is whether he'll continue to stand by her side, especially when you throw the jaw, dropping fortune, a cool $200 million, into the already simmering pot because, you see, there was no prenup when they got married. As Steve himself stated back then, before Marjorie, I had nothing. But when I married her, I had something. We didn't do a prenup because I knew she was the chick. Rumor has it that Marjorie might have been playing the long con all along. The couple's serendipitous meeting in 1990, back when Steve was still married to his first wife. He was performing at the Comedy Zone Club and couldn't help but stop the show the moment Marjorie sauntered in.
She walked into the comedy club late on the front row. The first word I said to Marjorie was, lady, I don't know who you are. I stopped the show. I said, I don't know who you are, but I'm going to marry you one day.
It sounds like a fairy tale, right? Just don't forget that he was a married man with kids at the time, adding an extra layer of scandal to this spicy narrative. By a twist of fate, Steve Harvey and his wife eventually went their separate ways, with Steve initiating divorce proceedings in 1992. However, he and Marjorie got together more than a decade later, thanks to that bodyguard in question. All that time seemed like a missed opportunity, but here's the kicker. Marjorie was no saint either. She has been plotting the big entrance into Steve's life, and as it turned out, a trap.
And if he wants you, then he knows what it's going to take for you.
And that's what I call a very soft threat.
Now, this romance has been toxic from the start, but Steve, enchanted by Marjorie's spell, chose to turn a blind eye to everything that she has been doing all these years. And guys, it seems like fans have no sympathy for him. As one person commented, no matter what happens in a marriage, if you don't have a prenup set inside of the marriage in case of a divorce, then she's more than likely able to take half of his things. And another user added, has anyone ever thought that Steve Harvey may be the villain? Really? Who's he fooling? He treats those he hires like slaves. Not just one employee, but all of them. So Marjorie's path of finding a place under the sun was a tough one. She's been married twice before ending up with Steve, and it's even reported that her first ex-husband is working on a autobiography that promised to expose his cunning wife's involvement in his illicit activities.
Well, she needs to be called out for what she's done to this family. She has totally destroyed.
So it's time to get back to that bodyguard, William Big Boom, because he played a pivotal role in setting up Marjorie with Steve. And there are now whispers that the two of them have plotted the whole charm Steve Harvey thing since the start, and even the cheating rumors were leaked by Marjorie. And the timing was great for their cunning plan. Steve's second marriage was showing cracks, and he made a getaway to Vegas for some soul-searching, gambling, and imbibing. It was there that his trusty friend and bodyguard made him an offer he couldn't refuse. As Steve loved to recall that fateful moment, Big Boom convinced him to call Marjorie. He told me, look, the only time I've ever seen you happy was when you were with that woman Marjorie. Now, before you go and do something stupid and marry another woman, I'm calling her. So instead of attempting to salvage his faltering marriage, Steve went on to reconnect with Marjorie. Coincidence? No one already believes that.
I can't play with Marjorie. Because, see, Marjorie played too much.
Now, why on earth would a married friend, also undergoing marital turmoil, advise Steve to find a new woman rather than resolve his relationship woes with his current spouse? It's a convenient twist, isn't it? And, of course, it raises eyebrows as to why it was Big Boom who kept in touch with Marjorie all these years, but considering the swirling details, we already know the truth. So, with Big Boom's help, Marjorie made a triumphant return to Steve's life, spelling the end of second marriage. Steve's second wife, Mary Lee, was convinced that it was all part of Marjorie's cunning plan. In 2011, Mary began spreading rumors about her ex-husband, including allegations of multiple affairs during their marriage, including one with his current wife, Marjorie.
When I was emotional and I was distressed, which any woman would be, and any woman would have a right to be.
Well, it looks like their entire marriage has been built of lying schemes and never-ending cheating. And while it may seem sick and disgusting for some of you, it seems that Marjorie didn't even part ways with that bodyguard. But Steve appears to be well acquainted with the art of fulfilling his wife's desires, no matter the cost. But how do we know all that? Well, it's again the same Shirley Strawberry. The lady cannot keep her mouth shut, and she purportedly spilled the beans about Marjorie's double life, making the Harvey's biggest secret a public knowledge. Marjorie has her own spa, her own workout room. She could go in there and get massages every day. People come to her house and work her out and all of that. Additionally, she's living in her own separate wing of the house, and sightings of her in her husband's domain are as rare as hen's teeth. But that's not all. She's allegedly been the conductor of a humiliation symphony on her own husband's show. Who can forget the infamous episode where Mrs. Harvey aired her grievances about her spouse before the entire nation?
His briefcase, if he's eating, it's food all over the house, and it's like, Steve, are you kidding me?
So, the million-dollar question is, why has Steve tolerated all of this for so long? Love may not be the driving force here, and it's clear that Steve was simply tricked into this marriage, and now he cannot get rid of his wife. Apparently, Harvey is worried about his wealth, and since Marjorie somehow convinced him there was no need in prenup, he cannot file for divorce. Even if Marjorie's alleged affair are legally proven in court, Mrs. Harvey will pocket a hefty sum, leaving Steve alone and broke while she rides into the sunset with the enigmatic bodyguard.
That life for me, it ain't gonna be good without her. That's all you want.
Well, fans are now thinking if Marjorie and her alleged lover Freeman had planned it all since the start, and now it looks like poor Steve Harvey is forced to tolerate everything and even deny the obvious. However, when you browse what netizens have to say, there's not even an ounce of sympathy for this man or his problems. As one person commented, Steve deserves everything he gets, especially after the bees he pulled on Bernie Mac. And another user added, Steve is a liar too, not accepting the truth about who he is, who he married. Well, judging by we've just learned, Marjorie is no stranger to the intricate web of secret affairs and crafty lies. But here's the question for you guys. Can she pull off this audacious scheme and outwit Steve Harvey in this game? Or will their saga take a final bow in the courtroom?